Welcome to my channel. I want us to look at the 2 million man march that was supposed to take place or is alleged to be planned for Kaduna State. Let me also say that this because I didn't know about the 2 million man march that supporters of Peter Obi in Kaduna State wanted to carry out. I didn't know about it until I saw on Monday, August 15, 2022, that the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was trending. When I went on Twitter, I discovered that he was trending. I said, why is Rufai trending? And I wanted to find out why he's trending, because the last time when I have to talk about El-Rufai was when El-Rufai denied Obi's supporters opportunity to use the Arewa House in Kaduna to do a program which they had booked for and paid for in advance, only for the supporters to be denied the use of the Arewa House that they have paid for. It was one of the exhibition of Rufai's intolerance to opposition in his state. Because Rufai really has been a very divisive person. Rufai is the person that introduced Muslim ticket in Kaduna State. Before that time, it had been taken for granted that a Muslim governorship candidate must always come up with a Christian deputy governor in Kaduna State, because Kaduna has a large number of Christians. There are some who will argue that there are even more Christians in Kaduna than Muslims. But that's by the way. So El-Rufai is somebody who is not only divisive in his state, Kaduna State, but is also a divisive figure in Nigeria. And look at what he has, how Kaduna is under his leadership. Kaduna is now literally consumed by violence, killings, banditry, terrorism, to the level that even himself has admitted that in a memo to President Muhammad Buhari, that bandits are running a parallel government in Kaduna State. And a former senator representing Kaduna Central, Senator Shehu Sani, has even gone further to say that virtually the whole of Kaduna is under the control of bandits. Only a small segment of the state, probably the few part of the state that El-Rufai is in charge of. The rest are being controlled by by bandits who are extorting communities. They pay tax to them. They determine who goes to farm. They determine commercial activities in several parts of Kaduna State. That's what you get when you sow that kind of division in your state. It least gives opportunity to non-state actors to begin to act arbitrarily, to literally take over the state. So that was what flashed in my mind. I said, what is happening in Kaduna that Rufai is trending? I was thinking that bandits have done something, another terrible thing in that state that has become their tradition. But when I went on Twitter, I discovered that El-Rufai was trending because of Peter Obi, and I wanted to find out what it's all about. And through to type, I saw a divisive Twitter message by El-Rufai on P2B, P2B supporters who were planning to hold a 2 million man march in Kaduna State. If you recall, P2B supporters, they have held that march successfully in Nasarawa, and they have held it successfully in Cross River, Calabar, and perhaps they wanted to do it in Kaduna. I don't know the day they want to do it, but if I will advise them not to do it. But before you go into that, I want to read for you what El-Rufai tweeted. And El-Rufai is known to be a handler of his own tweets. Twitter handle. He's the person that actually tweets for himself. It's not like the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who claimed that, or who admitted that there are some other people that tweets on his behalf, but he had to vet the tweets. If you recall, when Deborah, the College of Education Sokoto student, was killed for blasphemy, his Twitter handle condemned it before he came up and condemned the condemnation, saying that that condemnation was not done with his authorization. But El-Rufai himself, his verified Twitter handle is being handled by himself, as many people believe. So what happened was that a Twitter user under the name Abdullahi Omar Zamani actually tweeted that I think the Twitter name is Abdullahi Omar Zama. Sorry, Abdullahi Omar Zama. This Twitter user who tweets under the Twitter handle at Zamani, who tweet under the Twitter name as Zamani. He had tweeted on Monday, that's August 15, that Kaduna 2 million man march for P2B. Kaduna 2 million man march for P2B. He wrote it 6 times, and with the hashtag Kaduna 2 million man march for P2B. So that was what he tweeted. And El-Rufai replied him and said, in Kaduna, with a question mark, not Kaduna Twitter, question mark. And he now followed it up with emojis, laughing emojis. And now wrote, say, I hope you get 200 persons on the street, including those imports that can't open their shops on Mondays and come on overnight bus last night. I just they laugh while light and lie at Kaduna resident. So El-Rufai was making mockery of the supporters of Obi, and he was saying that that they cannot even get up to 200 people on the streets of Kaduna, and that unless they are going to import supporters from those that close their shops on Monday and arrive by night bus. So he was sort of talking about IPOP sit at home orders on Monday. So he was talking about the Southeast people, that they are going to be the imported ones to come and fill the place, that no resident of Kaduna will join them. But of course, it's part of El-Rufai's system of obfuscation of facts, of misleading the people. Now, one Ihanacho at Ihanacho, a Twitter handler, replied him at he goes under the Twitter handle at Eze Ayoka. He said, in order to make excuse for the 1 million residents that will come out, he added imported, so that when the 1 million Kaduna residents come out, he will accuse them of being imported. With that kind of mentality, he could order security agents to give them the El Zagzaki treatment. And I think it's not a good idea to do a 2 million man march in Kaduna. That is my position, that it is not a good idea to do a 2 million man march in Kaduna. Kaduna itself is unsafe. If you follow recent events in Kaduna, you know that it is unsafe for anybody to go to Kaduna to do rally for Mr. Peter Obi or for anybody. And I wouldn't advise it. And it is also an admission of the failure of the present administration and El-Rufai himself. El-Rufai himself has written a memo to President Muhammad Buhari, making it clear that he's sharing authority with bandits, because he was the one that wrote the memo saying that bandits are controlling large swath of land in his state, issuing issuing tax orders, controlling commercial activities, and so many other things in the state, just like a normal government. That's how bandits have turned a large part of Kaduna State into. So it's actually not a place for anybody to go and hold a rally. I don't think it's a wise thing, because Kaduna right now is under siege. It's under siege. El-Rufai may be making, you know, making jest of or demeaning supporters of Peter. The truth of the matter is that his state is under siege. He is not in control of his state. Bandits have taken over that state, and they are doing a lot of terrible things to innocent people. And the truth of the matter is that El-Rufai was talking about importation of people to come and fill the streets of Kaduna. Kaduna is like a no-go area right now. This is because Kaduna is no longer accessible. It's not accessible by road, because the Kaduna-Abuja road have been taken over by bandits. It is not accessible by train, because Abuja to Kaduna train routes have been closed down because of terrorism. It is not accessible by air, because many airlines have refused to fly into Kaduna because the Kaduna airport is not safe. Bandits are holding surface to air missiles around that airport, and You can never tell what will happen. They can shoot down a plane. So where will you import anybody to come to Kaduna? Kaduna is under siege. It's inaccessible. And all because El-Rufai has failed as the chief security officer of the state to provide security. So Kaduna is under siege. So if there's anybody who should even be paid, who should be angry with the state of Kaduna, it's El-Rufai, because many investors, foreign and local, are leaving the state. Nobody wants to put his money in an insecure and violent state like Kaduna State. So El-Rufai really don't have anything to brag about, Kaduna and all that. So I will advise Peter Obi supporters, if they are thinking of going there to go and, if they are thinking of going there, that state is under siege, so you can't even enter. So there's nothing like anybody coming to show solidarity in Kaduna. And I understand that even this rally is being organized from within Kaduna. There has nothing to do with imported people. Nobody's going to be imported into El-Rufai's state. That's for a fact. The state is under siege. It's under siege. And it epitomizes the failure of security under the present administration and under the leadership of El-Rufai. Okay? Now, before we go further, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, I have explained why it is a risky venture to hold a rally in Kaduna, because Kaduna is not safe. In the last 1 year, over 2,000 people have been killed in Kaduna by bandits, terrorism, and what have you. About 1,600 and something of the people of Kaduna have been kidnapped by bandits. So that kind of environment is not an environment where you tell people to come out, because you never can know, you never can tell who are the bandits and who are the innocent people in Kaduna right now. Because bandits are operating with impunity in that state. A whole lot of people cannot go about their normal business because of banditry. So it's a risky venture telling anybody to come out in Kaduna to do a 2 million man march. So I will advise P2B supporters in Kaduna that they should shelve the idea. But if they are sure they can hold it without any incident, because from the way El-Rufai is acting, he may not be able to provide security for them. And that would pose a danger to the lives of people who want to participate in that kind of rally. Because without official security support by the government, you can bet that hoodlums will take over the rally. Before you know it, there will be violence, killings, and what have you. And I don't think that that would be good for the image of the P2B movement, because they will use it against them. Just the same way that they turned the peaceful protests of youths of Nigeria under the NSAS, they turn it to a violence. And at the end of the day, it was the youths that were blamed for the violence, even though the violence was instigated by government-instigated hoodlums We saw videos of it where security people were putting a lot of miscreants inside their jeeps and ferrying them to spots where they will go and destroy people's properties in Abuja under the guise of protesting against NSAS people, NSAS protesters. It was crazy. A whole lot of people's properties were destroyed by hoodlums that were planted and distributed across Abuja by government and its agents. So it is ill-advised to hold any 2 million man march in Kaduna, especially with a very divisive governor like El-Rufai, who you can never tell what he can conjure up. Don't forget, El-Rufai in 2015, in his Twitter handle, posted that Goodluck Jonathan is sponsoring Boko Haram genocide in Northeast. These are kind of propaganda he put out on his Twitter handle in 2015. So you never can tell what we will come up with and tie it around the neck of those who want to do the rally. There are people who have the capacity to muster 2 million man march in Kaduna there, indigenous of Kaduna State. But El-Rufai will not provide security for them to hold a rally. One of them is Jonathan Aseke. He is the governorship candidate of Labour Party in Kaduna State. Himself alone can mobilize over 2 million people to protest in Kaduna. But will they provide security for him? Jonathan Asaka has been the President General of Southern Kaduna People's Union, or SOKAPO. And he has been among the vocal Kaduna indigenes who have been crying out about the genocide against their people. Their people have been killed, their communities taken over, their people chased out of their communities by Fulani herdsmen, both local and foreign. And they have been lamenting about it. He has a lot of followers. At the snap of a finger, he can bring 2 million people from southern Kaduna to march on the streets of Kaduna. So El-Rufai is only grandstanding, and they can get up to 200 people. Jonathan Asake can fool the streets of Kaduna with over 2 million people at the snap of a finger. And El-Rufai knows it. So that's my position on this. Let's leave El-Rufai with his shenanigans and let the supporters of Peter Obi concentrate on other cities where they have democratic governors who are tolerant of the diversity of Nigeria, from his Muslim tickets to his intolerance of people of Southern Kaduna. It is obvious that El-Rufai is not a tolerant leader in a multi-ethnic and multi-religious Nigeria. And so people should keep him at arm's length until the day that he will come out and say he wants to be the president of Nigeria. Then Nigerians will remind him of some of his utterances and some of his actions as governor of Kaduna State. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, Subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.